guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now first of all, I just want to say this before I even start filming, that yes, the lighting is different. I feel like my features look extra defined and it's a little bit dull in the room right now because it's raining, which you can probably hear, and it's not like drizzling or raining. It's like a cloudy, gloomy outside. Like when I look, I can't see clearly because you know how it looks a little white when there is like heavy rain. That's what's happening right now. But as a working lady, I don't want to say woman because that's going to age me. As a working lady, I just have one day in the week to like film. So yeah, this is what we're going to work with. There is thunder, there is lightning, and there is a lot of rain. So yeah, just please bear with me and please don't leave. Just be nice in the comment section if you do choose to leave a comment. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyways, let's talk about what this video is. Today I'm going to talk about products that I kind of changed my mind about. So this is definitely not an original idea. I've seen some of my favorite YouTubers like Kelly Gooch, Andrea Metilano. I feel like I never say her surname right, but yeah, these are some YouTubers who I've personally seen who kind of like do these videos where they update their subscribers and tell them that, you know what, this is a product I raved about a while back, but now I've kind of changed my mind about it. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. And the product that inspired me to do this video is actually something that I have spoken about for years on my channel, like literally for years and years and years. I've spoken about this product, I've raved about it, and it's a very popular product. Okay, it's popular for not the best reasons. I feel like it's not famous, it's infamous. And what I'm talking about is the Lotus UV Screen Matte Gel. Now they do have a lot of sunscreens that come in this sort of packaging. I feel like all their sunscreens have a very similar packaging. The labeling is a little different and the stuff that is written on it is a little bit different, but sometimes people mistake their other sunscreens to be this. Like one of my friends, actually I recommended this one to her, but then she ended up buying a totally different one. But yeah, just want to let you know, this is the UV Screen Matte Gel SPF 50 in specific. This is one that people have spoken about for years and years and years. Like ever since I discovered skincare and I started using skincare, people have been using this, talking about it. And yes, in recent years I feel like people have made comments about how this is not SPF 50, the filters in it is not good enough, or like it's basically some people have even said it's not an effective sunscreen, it doesn't give you sun protection, a ton of stuff. Now I have done my own research on the ingredients, and what I have personally found out is that it does have a few UV filters, and those UV filters are actually very, very common in a ton of other sunscreens as well, which are out on the market. So I'm just trusting it that, you know, it works. Obviously I don't know, I will not be able to tell till maybe like 20-30 years down the line when I'll actually be old. Like I'm 21 now, so maybe till like 40-50 I'll probably know that if my sunscreen gave me good enough protection or not. So we'll see about that. But yeah, this is one that has been my favorite for a long time. But unfortunately, when I was using it recently, like I have another tube which you'll see in my empties soon, probably in my August empties, I want to say. You will see it, and you'll probably see this one also in eventual empties. Like right now I do have a good enough amount of product inside this, but eventually of course it will be gone. The reason why I've changed my mind about it is because I feel like my skin has evolved. My skin was earlier very oily, and I feel like most sunscreens used to just like melt on my skin and not look that great. And this was one that we used to like mattify my skin. It used to look really nice. So that's why I loved this for the longest time. But now I feel like it leaves this not matte but like slick finish on my skin sometimes, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't hate it. I feel like if I pair it with the right kind of skincare products, I can make it work for me, and I do make it work for me. That's how I use it every single day. But if I had the option to like continue to do that, would I do it? Would I not do it? I'm not sure if I would. Also, I feel like the Tricon sunscreen, which again people have told me that, you know, this doesn't have good enough UV filters. I'm sorry, I don't listen to those people because I know what I can use, I know what I like to use and what I enjoy using. And if you see any dermatologist, any esthetician, everyone will tell you that use a sunscreen that you love, because if you don't love the sunscreen that you are applying, then you're not going to enjoy applying it. So yeah, I enjoy applying that, and that is actually one of my favorites that I can apply 365 days of the year, every season, every kind of skincare routine. That always blends into like my routine and my lifestyle. I don't have to like switch it out season by season. This I feel like is not good for the winters, because you know it's definitely not going to work super well. Another thing that I forgot to mention about this, when I used to love it, I used to not know how much sunscreen I should actually be applying, so I did not use the right amount that I'm supposed to apply. I used to use a lot less, so that was also a factor that comes into play. I feel like with the Tricone sunscreen, I can apply as much as I want to. It will never cause a problem. This one, if I use too much, or rather if I use the right amount that I should be using, it does fill up on me, so I have to balance that as well. I feel like I'm just talking about like one product for 6 minutes. Oh my god, this video is going to be so long. I'm definitely leaving timestamps for you guys, but yeah, I feel like I covered everything. It was really important for me to tell you why I changed my mind on this, but I probably edited this down a little bit, but yeah, that's why I did not that's why I've changed my mind about this product, basically. Let's just say that. So yeah, I will use up this tube. This was my backup tube actually, so I will use up this tube. I don't have any more backups, and I probably will not repurchase this. I might, if something like, I don't want to put this out in the universe, but if Tricone ever discontinues my favorite sunscreen, this is my second favorite, so then I will just go back to this. But I don't want to even tell you what I will have to go through if the Tricone sunscreen ever gets discontinued, so not putting that out in the universe, fingers crossed. But yeah, I'm gonna just shut up about that and move on to some positive things and talk about some products that I actually have changed my mind in a good way. So I was not a fan of them earlier, but now I am. Speaking about the first one, this is the Juicy Chemistry Grapefruit and Patchouli Deodorant. Now I want to say that this is not my favorite product. I've made that very clear in some past videos. It's not my favorite product, but when I bought this, I actually did not like it at all, because I've used their deodorants in the past. When they did not have this wooden packaging, not wooden, sorry, cardboard packaging. They did not have cardboard packaging. They had a plastic packaging. Actually, it was a white color plastic, and I've used it in the past. I did not enjoy it. It smelled horrible. That one was like a charcoal deodorant or something like that. It was pathetic. So when I bought this, I bought it because a lot of people raved about it on Instagram. A lot of like skincare bloggers on Instagram raved about it, and I was like, why do I hate it so much, and why does it work for everyone else and it just doesn't work for me? So then I repurchased this. They might have even reformulated it, because they did repackage it as well, so that I'm not really sure about. I don't follow Juicy Chemistry religiously. Like if they do launch something new and other people post about it, I will see it, I will be in the know, but I don't like stalk them on Instagram like I do some other brands, so I don't know about that. But yeah, this is not bad. It actually doesn't smell the best. Like even this one doesn't smell the best, but I feel like if you love herbal products, if you love that kind of scent, you know, the green scent, like herbal, ayurvedic, organic, if you like the scent of those kind of products, then you will probably like it. I don't like the scent, but I think that it works. It's not the worst. So I have changed my mind about it in a good way. I feel like the previous one that I had, I literally threw it away. I didn't even give it to my mom to use it. I just threw it away. I hated it that much. But this one I will actually use up on my own. I'm not decluttering it, even though the smell is not my favorite. I'm not going to declutter it. I'm going to use up the whole thing, and I actually like it. I don't hate it, rather I should say, which is great progress. And that's why I wanted to include it in this video, because sometimes even I feel bad giving a particular product a negative review. So I feel like when I don't like something earlier and then I actually do end up liking it, I feel like it's very important for me to share that. So yeah, by the way, if you can tell, I'm in a very chatty mood today, very chatty mood. Okay, let's move on and talk about something that again I used to like earlier, and now I'm not the biggest fan. Again, it's not bad. This one I will probably also maybe repurchase, maybe in an emergency situation. Again, like I said, as a Tricone sunscreen gets discontinued, I'll go back to this. Similarly, the Plum Olive and Macadamia Mega Moisturizing Hair Mask for Chemically Treated Hair is one that I've repurchased and used multiple times. This is my third or fourth container, I'm not sure. And again, this one is relatively newer. I don't know how well you can tell, I haven't used much, but yeah, I have discovered that when my hair is dry, like it says it's for chemically treated hair, and I will agree with that to a certain degree, but I will say if your hair is dry and damaged and it's just like, you know, you want to literally chop it off, like it's that bad, and if you use a hair mask to like repair the damage, and if you use this, if this is your choice, it's gonna take you a few weeks at least, if not a month, over a month, to repair the damage, which I think is good. But I have discovered, or rather I wouldn't say I have discovered, but I've already had other hair masks that I've used in the past. I'm talking about the Wow hair mask, and specifically the variant which is for dry and damaged hair, which has a sunflower on it. Again, if I can link it, I'll link it in as an alternative in the description box. But that particular hair mask is like magic. Like people in the US talk about the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair hair mask. I think it's white with like a red color font on it. That one is like a miracle hair mask for people. I feel like this Wow hair mask is like a miracle here in India for me and for my hair. I know Briogeo is available, but you know, it's still super expensive, and the Wow hair mask is like $500. And I know Wow is kind of like a shady brand when it comes to the marketing and everything, and I don't support them personally, but this one product is like, it's like magic in a tub for me, which is why I feel like if I really had to, you know, recommend one over the other, that one is $500 for like 200 grams. This one is I think 700-800 bucks for how many grams is this? 250 grams. So I still feel like if you do the math, that one will still end up being a little bit more affordable, and Wow is on offer on Nykaa a lot of times. So I feel like that's why if I have to really highly recommend, or like if I have to tell you what my go-to favorite hair mask is, it's the Wow one. And this one I feel like I always rated and ranked it equal to like Wow, like I would recommend both of them in the same sentence, but I'm not going to do that henceforth. I feel like this is still good, but it's not the best. This is not my first recommendation that I would give you anymore, because I feel like yes, it does the job, it works, and this one has also recently been helping my hair as well, because I have another hair mask to share with you next, which really effed up my hair, let's just say that. So this one is slowly and steadily helping with that, but again, if I had the Wow one, my hair would be fixed by now. So yeah, that is that. Again, why am I rambling so much today? Why am I rambling so much? We've just spoken about 3 products and we're 13 minutes in actually. Let's quickly move on. Another like cult favorite product, which I did not give very high reviews earlier when I first tried them. Like I was like, why do people hype this product up so much, and why is this so so highly talked about, and why is it a cult favorite? I never understood. Now I think I do. I've shared it in the past that yes, I've changed my mind about it, but I kind of stopped using it because I used up mine, and then recently, maybe not recently, but like 5-6 months ago, I did buy a few, and I was recently using them, and I was like, I know what I've been missing in my life, and I'm talking about the MAC lipsticks. So basically I bought a Meher for myself, and I know it sounds really weird when I say I bought a Meher for myself, but MAC Meher is like a cult favorite shade. Of course you know what MAC Meher is. I don't feel like that needs any description at like, not description but like introduction at all. But I bought a MAC Meher lipstick in 2017, yeah, like the summer of 2017. It's been 4 years now, yeah, and I used it up, I believe, in 2019 or 2020. I think I used it up in 2020. Can't remember that well, but yeah, I used it up. And then when Shreya Jain launched her MAC collaboration, like her Diwali collaboration, I did buy the blue box, which came with 3 lipsticks. So it came with MAC Russian Red and MAC Whirl, and also Captive, which I did give to my mom because I don't wear shades like Captive. But yeah, just quickly showing you, this is like a true red, that's Russian Red, and then MAC Whirl is more of a brown. You will see me wear MAC Whirl in a few videos that I have pre-filmed, but yeah, I haven't worn Russian Red a ton, but I feel like wearing Whirl recently kind of made me realize how, like, it made me re-fall in love with their matte formulation. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the matte formulation. Even Meher is the matte formulation, and Russian Red is also the matte formulation. So yeah, a bunch of different matte lipsticks. And yeah, they're just so luxurious. They're not the most long lasting, but like applying these is an experience in themselves. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about them. When I had first started using Meher, I was not a big fan. I was like, this is like what now, by the way, it's 1700, it's not even 1500. When I bought Meher, it was 1500. Now it is 1700 for one lipstick. So I was like, why am I spending 1700 on one lipstick? I would say it's not something that I feel like you need your whole collection to be matte lipsticks, but just buy one. Just buy one, so that on that occasional day when you're not feeling that great and you're just like, you know what, I want to pamper myself, I want to feel good about myself. Maybe you're on your period and you feel really sucky. Just remove this from your collection, put it on, and you're going to feel like $1,000,000. I feel like that's how I feel about these. And yeah, that's that. Moving on to the hair mask I spoke about earlier that effed up my hair. Let's talk about those. So these are the Biotique hair masks. I have the Banana Deeply Nourishing Hair Mask, which honestly, this is a joke, because not because the hair mask sucks, first of all. It says banana, and I feel like this doesn't smell like banana. It smells like a bunch of different fruits are just mashed up together, and you've made a smoothie or something. It smells like that. It doesn't smell like banana. Like, I know what banana smells like if you've smelled the Body Shop banana range that they had maybe like 2 years back and they now discontinued. I do have a few of the body yogurts and I'm like savoring them. But yeah, that's what banana is supposed to smell like. This is not what banana should be smelling like. Like, if you put banana on a product, I take that very seriously. So don't play with my emotions. You know what I mean? And then the argan oil from Morocco hair mask is one that I have pretty much used up completely. Like, I feel like you can't tell, but there is one use left in this. And this product, it destroyed my hair, but I did not realize that first. So basically, what my experience was using it, let me just tell you overall, okay? So when I first started using it, the day I washed my hair, it would tangle up, and then it was very dry and frizzy, and I don't have super frizzy hair. My hair does have a little bit of frizz, but it's not super duper frizzy, okay? And the first day was it was not the best. The day I washed it, it was not the best. But then day 2, day 3, I feel like my ends were pretty good. Like, the lengths in the ends were pretty good. They didn't look that bad. They did not feel super harsh or rough either. So I was like, this is a good hair mask. It's a pretty affordable hair mask as well. So it's good. It's doing a good job. But then recently, I spoke about this on my Instagram as well, that I was having a lot of hair fall, crazy hair fall, okay? And I could not pinpoint what it was. So then I took this out of my routine and I switched it in, and I put the plum hair mask in my routine. And you guys, my hair fall hasn't stopped, but it's considerably reduced. And another thing that I forgot to mention, okay, this product is very difficult to wash off your hair. There were a couple of days where I would wash my hair, shampoo it, do the hair mask routine, do everything, and then I would jump out of the shower, towel dry my hair, and then go about the rest of my day. And when I would remove the towel off, then put in some serum or something like that, I would notice that certain parts of my hair, let me demonstrate it for you, okay? I'll try. So my hair there would be these thick chunks of sorts in my hair, where it was basically the hair mask that was sticking a lot of hair. And this product, basically, in short, what I'm trying to say, is not easy. It's not easy to wash this off from your hair. That's what I'm trying to say. And I had to then go in and then just, I'm fully, wearing clothes and everything, and I have to go in and then go on my basin, put water, and try to rinse off the hair mask and get it out of my hair. And it happened 3-4 times, and I was like, oh my god, I am so done with this. And then it was just not fun. It was not pleasant. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to even buy these. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Biotique anyway, because of their shady practices, I want to say, kind of. And they don't list all the ingredients. I don't even know if this had silicone or not in it, and I don't buy products that have silicone in it when it comes to hair products, specifically hair masks. I don't know if shampoos do come with silicone. I don't have a problem with sulfates, but silicone I'm okay with. I mean, if it is in a shampoo, because I don't think it really matters. But in hair masks, I don't like to have silicone. I don't know if this has silicone or not, because again, they don't list the ingredients or anything. But overall, I don't care about the silicone aspect, but this was just not fun. It was just not fun at all, and I don't think I'm going to ever use them again in my hair, to be very honest. I'm trying to repair the damage from my hair as much as possible, so yeah, not going back to these. So I definitely changed my mind in the negative way about them. But yeah, let's move on to something more positive. I feel like it's good that I'm switching in and out. Something that I feel like everyone loves. By the way, I did not notice this. It's got like super dark in my room right now. Should I maybe switch on the tube light? Let me switch on the tube light and try and see how that works. Okay, I've switched on the tube light and I think it looks a little better. I think it does. By the way, we're again 20 minutes in. We need to like go through things a little bit quickly. This video is going to be like more than half an hour long. Anyways, a product that basically when it launched, everyone loved. Again, this is another Shreya Jain collaboration product, but I am not the biggest fan of things like these, which are like 3-in-1, which are like cream blush on the cheeks, and like even on the lips they might not be the most long lasting. I have not used this. No, actually I have used it on the eye. I have used it on the eye, but I feel like I just don't know the right way to apply it. I always end up messing it up. And have I used this on the cheeks? No, I haven't used this on the cheeks either, because I am very anti cream blush. I know it's a very unpopular opinion. Everyone loves cream blush right now. It's just not for me. I feel like I will break out. I honestly feel like I'll break out, because this takes me back to when it was 2015, 2016, and there were blogs out there who would say that you can use a lipstick as a cream blush, which I know some people still do, but it actually causes breakouts for me personally. And I eventually did go out to like read articles and stuff also that said that, you know what, it can be comedogenic for a lot of people. So this just scares me to use as a cream blush. So I haven't used it as a cream blush. But on the lips, the reason why I really like it is because if you are someone who wants to go for a no makeup look, it's very subtle. It's like barely there. And I am conscious about my natural lip color as well, so I feel like for that reason I always need to have a lip product on when I'm going out. And I'm talking about like pre-COVID times. Okay, now we have a mask, our lips are not even visible when we're going out, so it doesn't matter. It does to me still. I will put a lip product on under the mask as well, generally a liquid lipstick. This one will transfer if you do apply, so you will have this on your mask eventually. When you come home and you take your mask off, this will definitely transfer, so do keep that in mind. But yeah, pre-COVID, post-COVID, during COVID, whatever, I do feel like this is a great product. If you don't want to have any other makeup on your face, but you just want to put on something to not look as dead or lifeless, I do think it's great. I do tend to use it sometimes, not regularly, but yeah, this is one that I've actually changed my mind about, because when I first even when I first bought it, I was just like, this is a Shreya Jain product. It was like the collector in me which made me buy this shade. It wasn't actually that I was really looking forward to using it, but when I did start using it, I really did fall in love with it. So yeah, I do now tend to use it a few times, and again, if you follow me on my Instagram, you would see that I do cycle it into my lipstick shop my stash a couple of times. So yeah, that was that. Moving on to the last product that I changed my mind about in like a negative way. So I liked it when I first got it, but eventually I've just realized that it's not the best out there in the market, at least for me personally, and that is the Earth Rhythm Cleansing Jelly. It's called their gel to milk formula, and it's got pink pomelo extract. Now, first of all, I feel like it should not be called a gel to milk. It should be called more of a gel to, not oil, but kind of. Like when you say milk, I think of something more milky, so this is just me being particular. I don't hate the product because it says milk but it doesn't turn milky. The reason why I don't like this, again, I wouldn't say hate, I would say I don't like it because I feel like so recently when I was like using this, I actually filmed a demo of this product, and by the time you watch this video, the clip that I filmed is probably already live on Instagram in a reels format, so go and check it out if you want to. The reason that I'm not the biggest fan of this product is because most cleansing balms out there are like these kind of products, like, you know, you have your first cleanse and then you have the second cleanse. Most first cleanse products like these tend to remove liquid lipstick, face makeup and eye makeup as well. Now this, I'm pretty sure, does a good job with liquid lipstick. It does do a good job with like face makeup, but what it doesn't do a good job with is eye makeup. And I don't use the most stubborn, difficult to remove eyeliners. Like there are micellar waters out there who do a much better job than this does when it comes to my eye makeup. My eye makeup is not the most intense, stubborn. It's just eyeliner. Like nowadays I don't even wear eyeshadow a ton, to be honest. Like today I have the lightest bit of shimmer in my eye which you can't even tell. But I've not been wearing eyeshadow that much. I just do eyeliner and then, you know, maybe a lip product and maybe some powder on my face. And this is not able to remove the most basic eyeliner, like just eyeliner. I feel like it removes 90% of it, but then there is residue left and I have to go in with another product. So I'm just like, why would I bother using this around my eye for that reason? Because I can just use a regular basic micellar water on my eye and the eyeliner will come right off with zero residue. Like it 100% removes it, not even 99.9, 100% removes all the eyeliner. So then why do I bother with this? So for that reason, I have changed my mind about it. I'm going to use it on the rest of my face and use micellar water only around my eyes and just use this up for the sake of it. And I will say that I know a lot of people really like this because they don't like balmy consistencies or oily consistencies, and this is a little bit like more jelly, or I know eventually when you emulsify it, it does turn into an oil. So whatever, if you want something that's more elegant to apply and that's not balmy or oily, I would personally recommend the Kiko micellar wash. I believe that's what it's called. Again, I don't remember the name. It's like a purple, pinky purple color tube. That one is amazing. In fact, that's like a first cleanse and second cleanse, 2-in-1. I've mentioned it in a couple of videos, so if you are a regular subscriber, you would have probably seen me mention that. I would recommend that, to be honest, over this if you want a more elegant makeup removal product, but I wouldn't recommend this. Also, this is very expensive for what it is. Like you get 60 grams and it's around 1200 bucks. So even though I love a lot of Earth Rhythm products, but this particular one is not a favorite anymore. I also ranked it, I'm pretty sure, at the last position when I did my best and worst of cleansing balms video, I think so. Yeah, because this was also the worst value for money. That's why I ranked it like at the lowest, and I would still say not a favorite, wouldn't recommend, but yeah, that's that. Moving on, our last product for this video is also an Earth Rhythm product, and that is the Phyto Repair Moisturizer. This one has vitamin C and Matrixyl 3000, yeah, Matrixyl 3000, which is a peptide, and then of course we have vitamin C. So this particular product is a great moisturizer, I would say, for people who have more normal to dry skin for sure. And when I first used it, again, I was not the biggest fan of it because I was overusing it. I was using way too much, and I felt like when I was blending it, it was not blending in seamlessly. But then I read the instructions actually yesterday or day before yesterday, and even before that, I changed my mind about this in a good way, because eventually when I was not able to blend it in properly, I was like, maybe I should use a little bit lesser product and see if that works. So then I used like lesser product. I just used 2 pumps, and I was like, yeah, this is again taking a while to blend, but it's not taking as long to blend. And again, it pairs really well with other skincare that I'm using. It also pairs well with the Lotus UV Screen Matte Gel as well. And so what I do is I use my Minimalist Niacinamide Serum, then I use this, and then I use the sunscreen, and it works really well. So I feel like even though this is not the best moisturizer out there, but it's definitely not the worst either. It's like earlier I was thinking maybe I should declutter it and give it to my mom because she has more drier skin, so maybe she might enjoy it. And I might still give it to her, like maybe because there are a ton of moisturizers I have in my collection, and there are also a ton more that I want to try out. So maybe if she needs a moisturizer, then I might give it to her. But if I have to use it on my own, I don't think it's going to make me like pull my hair out. So yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it was. It's definitely a good one. And again, you have some actives like again peptides and vitamin C in it, along with the moisturizing abilities, which is great. So yeah, that was that. I feel like I haven't done a 30-minute video in a long time. I apologize. Of course, you have timestamps in this video, so in case you wanted to like pull your hair out, see me talk for 30 minutes, I apologize. But yeah, today I'm in a very chatty mood. So yeah, that's that. Not gonna make this video any further longer. I will list and link everything down below in the description box. And yeah, subscribe if you don't hate me, and follow me on my Instagram as well if you would like to see more content. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time.